Hi friends, and welcome back to my 9th ever YouTube video. I missed this upload on Thursday. Last week was wild, which is actually this week because I'm recording this on Saturday. Today's Saturday. This week has been wild, is the real tea here. I was working on this video on Wednesday night, and then I ended up getting a really horrible migraine. It lasted all through the night and all day on Thursday. So not only did I not go to my real life job, I also did not finish this. I was working on this on Wednesday and then started getting really sick really quickly and immediately had to go to bed and barely move the next day. But I'm getting it done now. Since then things have happened. I've had to go to my real job and kind of recover from being so sick for, a full 24 hours. But I'm back up and moving and feeling a lot better, so yay! But anyway, how cute is this build, right? So this is using that pack, the Kichen from Harrie and felixandresims. I was super excited to use this in a build and definitely gave me some really interesting modern vibes to it. I think it's just because the cabinets are so plain and kind of sleek looking, but they still had some neat architecture, so it made it feel like warm modern. I don't like modern houses that seem cold, and something about these seem like they could really be in a warmer kind of environment. So I definitely went for the millennial modern take on things. So lots of green, lots of plants, because this pack had so many good plants, lots of nice outdoor space and places to entertain. The couple that I had in mind for this was just a young couple, probably in the tech world and don't really want kids but have tons of houseplants. Might get a cat, who knows? I don't know. I never actually play with my Sims anymore. But hey, Sims 4 Discovery University dropped yesterday, so maybe I could do a Let's Play or something. For those of you who don't know what that is, aka all of my friends who are watching who don't actually play The Sims, or at least this variation of The Sims, a Let's Play is when you just watch someone else play. I don't really watch a lot of Let's Plays, but I know a lot of people make them. I've watched a couple of Rags to Riches and halfway, maybe, through a 100 Baby challenge, but I just never really stick with them. They always seem to be way longer. I like to complete something sometimes, you know? But maybe if I get Discovery University, and I'm sure I will, it's just a matter of when, maybe I would want to do a little Let's Play with that, because I do want to play with University, because how fun. I loved University in 2 and 3. I had so much fun playing with those. I still remember when Sims 2 University came out, so way back in the day, and I desperately wanted it, and my mom wouldn't buy it for me because it seemed way too mature. And in reality, it probably really was, but I ended up getting it on the DL later, and that game was so fun, and it was so different than what I had played with, prior to that. It was also that and Nightlife. My mom really didn't want me to get Nightlife, but I did. I sure as heck got Nightlife, and I played with that game. That was probably one of the best expansion packs of The Sims 2, in my personal opinion. Hello, cars, that crazy house in the vampire world. I hated playing with vampires. I never played with vampires, but they had a sweet house that one time I stayed up all night and renovated with a friend, literally probably 12 hours, and we would take breaks and switch off back and forth, and she would do a room and I would do a room, and it was huge and ridiculous, and probably none of you know what I'm talking about, but it existed and it happened, and it is a staple core memory of my childhood. Sorry, that was such a tangent. Sometimes when I'm doing these voiceovers, I'm like, oh, what am I going to talk about? And then start talking about something, and I can't stop talking about that something. And then I'm not talking about the build at all, and it's not at all related. So here I am going to talk about the build. I'm cluttering up that kitchen because the kitchen items for this CC pack are awesome. They're so nice. They almost look a little alpha, but I still think it totally works. I wish we had clutter items like this in the plate stack. I don't know if I said that in the video of just reviewing this pack, but the plate stack and the bowl stack. How nice. How absolutely nice. I played with these shelving units a lot, kinda. I cut out some of it because I was just fidgeting with them too much. But I really liked them. I love open shelving. I wish that I had nice glassware and plates and things so that someday I could really want open shelving, but I probably never will, so you know. But I did try to use every single item from the CC pack because I think that they're all great and I wanted to be able to show that all of these items are super usable, they're super functional. I mean, not actually functional, but they look functional in a Sims build. I used just about everything. There were a couple of like the clutter items, maybe some of the dishes that I didn't end up using, but it was just a few things. With this kind of modern build, I think that modern and minimalistic kind of go hand in hand, so I didn't want it to seem too overly cluttered, just a few good staple items, and I think I achieved that. I think that the main floor is probably my favorite part of this build. I think the flow worked really nicely and I love those couches from Island Living, and I also really loved that rug. I don't think I've ever used that rug before, but I ended up using it both in the living room and in the master bedroom in this house. And gosh, Island Living has some of the best build items. I swear, I use those sliding doors on every build. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. I would probably use those doors on every single build because they're gorgeous and I really like the way they work for this space. I like to think that this is the kind of home that sits kind of on its own and not near anything else, and that's why they're capable of having all of these giant windows with no curtains, and they can just live their lives in their home. The dream, the absolute dream, to not have to worry about if all of your blinds are closed all of the time. Am I right or am I right? I did end up moving upstairs right here, and I did keep in the master bathroom because I don't know. Do you want to see that? Does it really matter? I also imagine like being able to take a bath in this soaker tub and being able to like look out into your backyard and like into whatever. In this particular case, you're looking into like the city of Newcrest or whatever. But the dream would be, endless nature or something. I don't know. And then I moved on to the office space, and I didn't spend a lot of time here, mostly because I kind of thought that this couple really doesn't spend a lot of time in this room. They have a computer in this room and a bookshelf and, an old couch or something, but really they spend a lot of time downstairs, like cooking and, maybe in their secret upstairs garden that we haven't gotten to yet, but probably not a lot of time in that office. This master bedroom was also a little odd for me in terms of the shape and size of it all. And I really wanted to use these sliding doors on both ends of the room to kind of match up with the downstairs. But also, I just thought it was a really interesting feature. And when you have, double doors like that, you have to pick and choose where you're going to put stuff and if it's going to look right. So I wanted to be able to include a dresser and a mirror and a little seating area. That was really the only dresser, though, that tall wardrobe that looked anywhere close to fitting the scheme of this room. And I didn't love it. And I wanted to put that sweet fireplace in. I don't know, it made it seem more cozy and less kind of stock to me, I guess. So here I am just cluttering up the outdoor spaces. I didn't do tons on this particular level, but I think I made up for it with the garden that's on the top level, which is what those stairs are going towards that I struggled with earlier. And I kind of really struggled on what I wanted to do with this backyard. It's hard having a backyard fenced in with a pool when your house is on a foundation, or at least I think it is. So I struggled to make it exactly what I wanted, and I still don't think that it was what I envisioned, but there's something there. The good news is this cute little upstairs patio area went swimmingly. I got to use some Island Living stuff. Like I said, Island Living stuff is good. It is good, folks. And then I use those wildflowers. I just thought that this is where this woman came. This is her side hobby. This is how she winds down. She has all these flowers on the top of their home, and then I ended up giving her like the flower arranging bench or whatever. I just thought that this would be a fun little place. They went up and had tea in the morning or something and wind down, and I don't know. I wanted to put some lights and stuff, like fairy lights around it, but it kind of looked funny when I like went to look at it from the ground. It was kind of like, oh, there's something going on up there. You know what I mean? Even so, without them, it kind of is like, hey, there's something going on up there, but a little less obvious. I wanted it to be kind of hidden, I suppose. I really ended up liking the way that it turned out, though. Here I am going back to that backyard. Probably one of the least favorite backyards I've ever done. I just couldn't make it work the way I wanted to, I guess. I mean, it's not like it's horrible. It's functional. There's a lot of things that your Sims can do. It's just not pretty, I guess. And I don't know why. I don't know. I guess maybe it's the way this lot is. The way this house sits on this lot more so, and that there's not a lot of room for green area down there. But I don't know. And I tried to put some trees in and leave a little bit of grass, but then it shaded that whole area where that table is, which is why I ended up moving the lounge chairs. Because how annoying would it be to have lounge chairs and then for it to be shady right where your lounge chairs are? So I moved them. I know it doesn't matter, but it mattered to me that, it would be shady if they wanted to lay out right there. This is where I tried to make it a little prettier with some string lights back here. I don't know why these don't have an end pole to them or like a singular pole that you can pull out from somewhere, or maybe there is one and I just don't know where it is. If someone knows, please tell me. But otherwise, it just kind of looks wonky, like you can't tie it off to anything. I did make it look like the one was tied off to the tree, which I thought was kind of cute, and the other one I just turned in on itself. But it functions properly, so that counts for something. And then right here at the end, I start putting a courtyard kind of area in the front. I thought it was super cute and kind of just finished off the look of this house. But otherwise, the screenshots are coming up, so I wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload every Monday and Thursday when I'm really on top of things at 4 p.m., and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye! But hey, Sims Discord,